Hello YouTube, it is your boy B3 back with another kicking graphic novel review. Today I have a really cool one, Edge of Venomverse, which leads into the Venomverse event, just like Edge of Spider-Verse did. It's pretty cool, you know. I'm reading Venom trades, so I picked this up. I'm going to read you the back. Before Venomverse, there is Edge of Venomverse. It's a symbiotic smashboard of stories, each featuring a major character becoming venomized, all destined to feed into the main event itself. When the young mutant clone designated X-23 bonds with an alien parasite, can she hold it together or is she doomed to give in to bloodlust? It's a nightmare in pink when Gwenpool turns into a sword-slinging, web-swinging master of disaster. Robbie Reyes becomes the symbiotic spirit of vengeance. The host writer, years in the future, meet the lethal Wolvenom, bad name, in a terrifying tale set after the epic events of the original Old Man Logan, and when Deadpool bonds with Venom, just call him the symbiote with the slobber. Plus war stories featuring venomized version of Punisher, Rocket Raccoon, and more, collecting Edge of Venomverse 1 through 5 and Venomverse War Stories number 1 by Matthew Rosenberg, Christopher Hastings, Simon Spurrier, Ryan Key, Clay Chapman, Colin Bunn, Dean Shavely, blah 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 blah, lots of people. So Edge of Venomverse starts out with an X-23 story. She's trying to escape from the lab that's raising her, and she busts open the Venom symbiote, uses it to escape, befriends all these other homeless kids. I don't know if they're runaways or what. Not runaways, but just runaways. And she each gives them part of the symbiote to use so they can protect themselves, and then it all comes back on her as she's pulled into another dimension by a symbiote's Captain America, which is pretty cool. And then in the Gwenpool story, she's like busting up opiate rings, and there's the Hand, and she's fighting the Hand with her symbiote, and there's Daredevil, and she's crushing hardcore on Daredevil. She works for a law firm as an assistant, and she does a little girlish doodle of her like Gwen plus Matt, but she draws Matt as Daredevil on it and accidentally gives it to her boss in a folder, so she's trying to get it back. Turns out he's working with the Hand, and so she has to team up with Daredevil to take them out, and she's trying to resist the urge to kill a little bit, but not really. And then she gets sucked into another universe by the same Captain America. And then there's Calvin Zabo, aka Mr. Hyde, this evil bioscientist dude who's being attacked by all these people while he's on a SHIELD escort to go to trial. And then the Ghost Rider symbiote, so it's two parasites, right? It's the Hell parasite that creates Ghost Rider and the symbiote that creates Venom. And both the parasites have teamed up against Robbie Reyes, or whatever his name is, to take over his body. So he has no say. It's both the symbiotes running the show, teamed up. So it's pretty cool. The Host Rider is really horrifying, actually. And then he gets recruited by the Captain America as well. And then Old Man Logan story, continuing Old Man Logan. He gets tricked by Spider-Girl and Archangel and Junior. He ends up fighting them, and they're trying to feed him to the symbiote T-Rex, but he jumps in the T-Rex, kills the T-Rex, and the symbiote bonds to him. And so, you know, he's killing and stuff, and he gets sucked into another dimension right as he's telling his adoptive son he loves him. And then Deadpool's fighting all these parasites and stuff in this lab full of parasites that are taking over people Resident Evil style. Very Resident Evil 4 looking villains. And Deadpool finds the Venom symbiote in there that was being studied. And so he rebonds with the Venom symbiote because, you know, Back in Black or whatever. And then he goes fighting all these other parasites with it, these more worm-like parasites. It's a little funny. The Gwenpool one is funnier, but whatever. And then he's recruited by the Captain America. And then we have the war stories, which are just tiny little bits. It turns out there's a Venom Doctor Strange and the Venom Captain America are fighting a war, and they need more Venoms to fight the war with. So they get this Venom that was on a paraplegic girl. I think that's the right term. She can't walk. And then Black Panther's killed by the Rhino, and the Venom symbiote attaches to her, and she kind of becomes more like a grasshopper-themed thing than a spider-themed thing. So her symbiote lets her fly, and she hops around and stuff. And then Black Panther's killed, and she becomes a new Black Panther, but is also grasshopper-themed. And then there's one where Punisher wipes out all the crime families in New York with his symbiote, and he has to deal with the symbiote that he'll kill one person for the symbiote if the symbiote helps him. And that one person is Spider-Man, but he refuses to do it and is then sucked away to meet the captain. And Rocket Raccoon, there's a bounty out on Carol Danvers, who is, Captain Marvel and Captain America in this continuity. Pretty cool. I'd love a figure of that, actually. So he's fighting her, and then he gets sucked away. And then there's one of Doctor Doom struggling with the symbiote. And it seems like he actually goes away on his own will. He teleports himself to the Venoms. But it's really cool. I can't wait to see what's up. Because I don't know what Venomverse is about. I've been avoiding spoilers. I feel like it has something to do with anti-venoms. I don't really know. But, yeah, that's it. Edge of Venomverse. It's a pretty cool book. Lots of dark humor in it. Some are more serious than others. But it's a collection of one-shots and then the war stories, which is several stories. But it's really cool. I do recommend it. Edge of Venomverse. If you're reading the current Venom title, it's definitely worth it. And the same thing if you read Space Venom, or Venom Space Knight, whatever it's called, and the Agent Venom stuff before that. Which I'll also be doing reviews on, by the way, because I'm collecting those. So that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the links in the description below, Facebook, Twitter, etc. And I'll see you all later.